Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam. Today, we are going to go over my 10 before the end, which is the 10 top books I really want to make sure I prioritize and get to before 2024 ends, because holy crap, we're almost there. It's too soon. I'm not living, laughing, loving about it. November especially, so fast. So, with that said, we're going to talk about my 10 books that I desperately want to get to before the end. Now, the thing is, I have these 10 books that I really want to get to, and then I have a challenge. I need to finish my 24 by 2024. Lots of books still on there. I think I've got 15. Yikes. And then I also have a big reading vlog project in the works, and there's like 12 books on that. So I don't know what my plan is. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but somehow I'm going to read too many books before the year ends, and I'm so happy that we can be on this journey together. You guys can support me and like encourage, so that'll be really fun for me. We're gonna discuss my 10 before the end, and then we will also be going over the end of year book tag created by Ariel, which I will have the original stuff in the description if you're curious, but there's just 6 questions. Shouldn't take too long. So let's jump in, because I don't want us to be here all day if we don't have to. In literally no particular order except for just the way that they were grabbed off my shelves in the stack. First, I've got 5 Broken Blades by Mia Corland. I heard phenomenal things about this when it came out. It was incredibly hyped, and I said, I'm gonna read that. Me and Eliza both talked about reading it. She's a chunky fantasy, but my concerns around Red Tower really hindered me jumping into this sooner, but I would still like to get to it before the end of the year. I think this was in the Goodreads Choice Awards, so like if I can read a couple things that are going to be there, great. But yeah, I would like to read this. I don't really remember what it's about. I think there's trials. It says let the best liar win on the back. I want to say they're like thieves and assassins and no goods of society. It's the season for treason. So yeah, I am just curious what I will end up thinking about it. Again, so many people were raving about this when it came out, but I was just so worried about Red Tower that I just kind of procrastinated, put it off for a little too long, and now here we are. I don't know where to put this. My desk is going to be a mess. That is one of the books that I want to ensure I get to. The next is kind of a 2-for-1 deal. I grabbed Spectacular because it was in my office already, but this is the newest novella in the Carval world by Stephanie Garber. Oh, she's so freaking pretty. These are the UK special editions, and I'm just obsessed. Oh, God, I love it so much. So I'm really excited to read this in December, but before I read this, I have to finish Finale. That's my little treat to myself. I will be finishing Finale, wrapping up the series, the trilogy, jumping into this for the good winter vibes. I have no clue what this is even about. And then I can eventually, in the new year, start Once Upon a Broken Heart. So that'll be fun. Next, oh, goodness grief. This is the sequel to Throne of Glass. This is Crowns of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. I'm sure everybody is familiar. Need I say more? I must read. I've been procrastinating this read for a while just because there's no urgency, but I am doing a buddy read across the states between my besties Eliza and Daphne, so we've been reading this. Well, it was more like I started this buddy read thing because we all wanted, this is Eliza's favorite series, Daphne, I want to read it, but yeah, so we're reading it kind of together. I have to annotate this and then send it to Eliza. She reads and annotates and she sends it to Daphne. She'll annotate and she'll send it back to me. It's this fun little train. Have we taken a bit of a pause? Absolutely. Asking a bunch of like content creators and mood readers to try and like do something to this degree does take a lot of discipline that we don't have right now, but we will. I promise that I'm gonna step it up and really try to get through these in the new year, but we have to start with Crown of Midnight, of course. Next up, I think this is the only horror for reals that I have on my TBR, and this was I was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones. Does anybody else sing I was a teenage dirtbag but singing it as if you're a teenage slasher? I can't not do it every time. I'm like, I was a teenage slasher baby. Every time. It's a problem. You're welcome for that really good rendition of a whiny high school boy. But yeah, I need to read this. This was a part of the Literally Dead book club. It's the only one that I haven't read for the year, for no other reason than I just didn't have time when it came up. But this is the aardvark edition. It's so cute. It's so pretty. Almost all of these, in a sense, are kind of 5-star predictions. Kayla really enjoyed this, so I'm hoping that I too will really enjoy this. Stephen Graham Jones and I are very hit or miss. It's like either I love or I can't stand. So who knows where I will land. I hope that I enjoy it. I have put this one off for so long. I don't want to talk about how long I have pushed the audiobook away from me, but this is Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Poranek. This is fantasy horror, very folk tale horror. Like, I'm really excited about this. Fae romantasy, I think. I truly don't know. I got this for Indie Bookstore Day when we went to Smith Family Bookstore in Eugene, and so I was really excited to read this and pick it up. I love this cover so much, but I haven't seen a whole lot of people really talk about it that much, and it kind of just became a back burner book. But now that I've pulled it off my shelf, I'm gonna force myself to read it, because why haven't I? It's so pretty. I'm really excited about it. Why? Next was on a previous TBR, which is Castle of the Curse by Katie Rose Poole. I did just cave, and during the Owl Crate Morally Grey Black Friday weekend that they just had, I went and just purchased the sequel to this so that I will have it. I really want to read this. It's a 5-star prediction. It's been on my shelf for so long. I have no good reason to not have picked this up. It's got balls. Oh my god. It's got ball scenes. It's, you know, cursed people. I want to read it. I really want to read it. I have a lot of good luck with Owl Crate Young Adult. So this next one is probably the chunkiest of all these books. Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I know this has such a wide range of feelings and reviews towards it. Some people absolutely love it, some people hate it, but there's been accusations of plagiarism from both, I think, The Hunger Games and Red Queen, but also, like, if you like those books, it's one of those things that you're more likely to also enjoy this. There's just, like, a lot going on. I have no opinions because I haven't read any of the things, so this is going to just be like a fun new experience for me. It's YA, I believe, romantasy, and people really like this one. People have not really liked the sequel, so I'm a little bit nervous for that, but alas, I will still give it a try. I have it on my shelf. I actually have 2 copies on my shelf, so it'll be fun. Yes, yes, yes. Next, I have another romantasy, The Games Gods Play, which I think was also in the Goodreads Choice Awards, so we're gonna be making moves. By Abigail Owen. Eliza said this was really good, and when Eliza says something is good, you go and you pick up your edition from Target as soon as possible to ensure that you have a nice copy in case you also love it. So I got it. This is, I think, Greek mythology influence inspired, and there's trials, and you know that I love a trial in a book, so it just makes sense that I give it a shot and I give it a read. The last physical book that I want to talk about is Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. I have wanted to read this for so long. I actually sent Eliza indie edition because we were gonna buddy read this like last year, I think, and then we just like didn't do that whatsoever. So yeah, I need to desperately do that. This is the German edition. It's not that special, but it's a nicer front cover, I think, than to the US one, so I spent good money on this. So I really hope that I enjoy it, or else it's gonna really suck. But yeah, Dragon, romantasy, that is all I know. Wow, look at this stack next to me. The last one is an audiobook that I have on Audible, because I caved, and I'm doing it for a Bookemon, for one of the readathons that I had missed earlier in the year, as well as I made a little Bookstagram friend, and we were raving about a book, and then they were like, have you read Daughters of the Forest? And I said, not yet. I need to also for our /fantasies yearly challenge. So there's a lot of reasons why I have to. The audiobook is so long. Carrie can read it, and she really enjoyed it, and she advised on the triggering content in it that a lot of people don't discuss, and so I'm aware of it. She says that it was handled well, and that like it makes sense, and it happens early on, and like it like is crucial to the story rather than just like happening for the hell of it. So I know that it's in there. I'm just waiting for like the right headspace to be in, which November was rough, so it'll definitely happen, but it's one of those things where I'm making sure that I read it at the right time so I can really get my fulfillment. But this is classic kind of fantasy. I think it's a book from the 90s. People love it. I've seen it a lot this year just on Bookstagram and around, so I'm really intrigued to get to it. I'm really excited for it. I just want to be sure that I'm okay once I go into it, but I'm excited for it nonetheless, especially because I have a new friend that I can talk to about it and be like, hi girl, I read the book. And so yes, I love making friends follow me on Bookstagram if you want to buddy read or see what I'm up to. I'm trying to get better at posting more often, especially to stories, and just, talking about my life a little bit. But that was my very quick little 10 before the end. Now let's get into the questions. First one is, are there any books that you've started this year that you still need to finish? There's 3 that I have started and have not finished. The first one is The River Serpent by Emily Saunders, my fellow booktuber friend, Books by Emily. The reason I haven't finished this is because I did a beta read for it in February, so I'm familiar with the story, and it's not one of those stories that you need to reread really. But when it came out traditionally published after another round of edits, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna read it. And then I got 20 pages in and I said, I know the story. And so I haven't finished it, but I still want to. It's pretty short. I have no good reason to not finish it. I think it's just I'm so familiar with the story, and it was still so fresh that I was just I know what's happening. I know these people. I don't need to be here right now. Where I usually am I'll reread a book after a couple of years or something. It's rare for me to instantly and a couple of months later reread a book. So it's been on the back burner, but is something I would like to finish. The other one is Beneath Black Sails by Claire Sager, which I am making progress in, and I keep saying I'm going to pick it up and read it, and then I just don't. This is Pirates of the Caribbean, enemies to lovers type of a romance. It is fun. It's enjoyable. I'm not having any qualms with it. I think the writing is fine. You can definitely see the Pirates of the Caribbean influence in it, which I think is funny. But yeah, it's fine. It's fun. It doesn't have an audiobook, so your girl with dyslexia is a little bit slower to just pow through it, because the reason I love to tandem read, the reason that I like a physical book with an audiobook, I can't get distracted quite so easily. I'm dedicated, this is what we're doing. Whereas when you just hand me my Kindle and my phone is next to me, I'm probably gonna end up on YouTube. It's a problem. I know. We're working on it. 2025 goals, okay? And the final one that I'm in the middle of, I do have an audiobook for, and it's on Kindle, so I don't have excuses for this one, but Thrown in the Dark by A.K. Kagiano? This is the Villains and Virtue series, book 1. This is a fun, I don't know if it's marketed enemies to lovers, but it's very cutesy. It's kind of what I think assistant to the villain wants to be. You've got this bubbly blonde and this mysteriously dark demon prince, and it's just your classic tropes. It's comedy, it is funny, it really plays into the D&D feel and style of play. And it's just fun. I'm just enjoying it. I'm having a good time. I'm reading it slow, but it's definitely a series that I'm having fun with, so I'll definitely finish that probably sooner than later. The next one is, do you have any autumnal books to transition you into the end of the year? We are in full autumn at this point. It's been rainy, it's cloudy, we are having insane windstorms. I don't know what that's all about. I'm not really, I'm a mood reader in the sense of spooky season, I'll read spooky books. But besides that, I don't really have I'm not a cozy fantasy girl, which I know is the perfect autumnal books. I don't really read a lot of romance. I don't like cozy mysteries. So I'm just not the autumnal reader, which is hilarious as it's one of my favorite seasons. But I just read the same books. I just want to jump into horror and fantasy and romantasy, and that's it. So no, I don't have any specific books to really push me through except for spooky except for spooky season books. Number 3, is there a new release you are still waiting for? I actually don't think so, which feels kind of bizarre for me. I was very good on limiting my pre-orders this year. I didn't buy so many books. I know it doesn't seem like it because there's just always books behind me, but I did significantly better at not spending so much money on books and reading the books that I did get. And the only times that I bought books that I haven't read is trips where it's you're going somewhere, and when you're in Portland you can't not go to Powell's bookstore, and if you're at Powell's you might as well pick up a book or two even if you have no plans to read them anytime soon. It's just that's what happens, okay? That's what happens. So no, there's no, I think, new releases that I'm still pining for. I think all of the ones that I'm loaded, ready to go for are all going to be January releases. God, I'm so excited for January. It's gonna be my month for romantasy books. Okay. Question number 4. What 3 books do you want to read before the end of the year? Well, we've discussed my 10 before the end, so I don't really need to go super in depth here. But I still want to try and get up my Battle of the Booktubers part 4, where I read the books that weren't top recommended to me, as well as the picks that Danny gave to me. So there's a couple books there that I would like to read. I have 2 NetGalley arcs that I would really like to get to, if not more. But at least those 2 before 2025 rolls around and before they come out, because that would feel great. And then again, I have my 24 and 24, which includes combined my 12 friends recommend 12 books, which I'm just objectively bad at. So yeah, I have a lot of things that I need to read before the end of the year. Question number 5, is there a book you think could still shock you and become a favorite of the year? Honestly, this one could. This one has potential. I already told you that that was a potential. These 2 are a little bit more questionable. Probably not. Spectacular. Super likely to just be an instant 5-star if we're being honest. 5 Broken Blades, potentially? I don't really know. There's, you know, a chance for many things to be a 5-star prediction, but I would say that at least half of this stack are 5-star predictions that I'm hoping will still, you know, sweep me away. I will be really raw, really honest with you right now. I've read a lot of books this year. The most that I've ever read in a year. And I haven't had that many 5 stars. And so whilst, like, throughout the year, I've been trying to compile books, because every year I will do the book survey tag and I will do like an award show claiming some of my favorites of the year in different categories, just like the best books in different ways, so that I don't keep talking about the same 10 books all the time. But that 10 books of... God, I'm losing my voice. But unfortunately, I don't have a solidified top 10 books of the year yet, which really, really worries me, really concerns me. I'm a little frightful. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm just being too picky, if I'm just not, like, feeling the books that I've read, if I just don't think, like, something is right, or if I'm being stingy in case something else better comes up. There's, like, a proper slot for it just to be safe. I don't know what it is. There's, like, a few, like, shoo-ins that, like, absolutely, of course, they're gonna be favorites. You will see those soon in a video, but it's just, like, one of those things where I'm like, I don't know. So hopefully a lot of these can become favorites, because that'll be great for me. And then question number 6. Have you started making reading plans for next year? Well, it's funny you ask. I have videos planned out through half of March. Like, halfway through March, I've got a lot of videos planned. So yeah, I've started thinking about some. But if you have any video ideas that you would like to see from me, if there's like tags or challenges or specific like vlogs or books you want to see from me, do leave them down in the comments for me, and I will happily try to work those in. I've got many months that are open. I know that I want to bring back dedicated author vlogs where I just read an entire author's backlist. I want to continue taste testing different book clubs that are community based on BookTube, on Bookstagram, on Fable, just so that I can see, you know, what people got to offer and what suits my fancy and what works for me. But yeah, I think those are like the 2 series that I really want to commit to and keep producing, where, like, on top of that, just like fun weekly vlogs, weekly challenge vlogs, where it's like read 100, 500 pages a day, read for 24 hours, like fun little challenges like that I still want to do. So yeah, I have pretty like strong foundation of what I think my content is going to look like and what some ideas that I have are, which I'm really excited about. But that is going to be it for the video. Those are the 6 questions. 6. Those are just the 6 questions that are for the tag, the 10 books that I want to read this year, along with a couple other plans. I will be doing, I think, 12 days of Bookmas this year, so you can look forward to those. If you have any video ideas that you like definitely want for the Christmassy spirit, let me know. I can workshop my plans a little bit if there's something that sounds really fun for you. But that's going to be the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. It was nice chatting with you guys just about some end of year content. I know I have like no Christmas decor up yet. We will be working on that soon, I promise. Yeah, that's it. If you made it to the end of this video and you don't have anything to say, but you want to comment to show support and engage, let's do... I think there's like a sword and or dagger. There's like the swords crossing and there's also like dagger. So either of those for 5 Broken Blades, just because it's close by and on top here. Leave that down in the description. No, in the comments. I put in the description, you put in the comments. I do that all the time. And I know this. I know how YouTube works, I promise. But yeah, if you want to just comment a little emoji to say that you made it to the end of the video and want to show support, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Subscribe if you want. I know I don't ask too often, but I should probably get a little bit better about it. So yeah, subscribe if you're not and you want to see more from me. I post twice a week. I'm gonna go. I'm so bad at self-promo. I'm getting comfy. So thank you for watching. I will see you guys very soon in my next video, and have a great day. Bye!